there is a common narrative in how these emerging Christians will talk about their place in the world. I think that it varies from what we might normally understand if you've been, studied the Bible or understood what it meant to be a disciple, or if you've been a faithful Christian in your congregation. First of all, they react to a feeling of being pressured to act out their discipleship in one specific way, like through little initiatives to bring your neighbor to church, or a specific form of what it means to be an evangelist and the obligation to evangelize your friends and family. So there's a real reaction to that, and many of them, I think, would be able to tell you experiences that were very hard for them, and for many of them hurtful in some way. But instead they would say, well, whatever my life is, it's got to make sense when I'm not here. So their conception of what life means is going to go outside of just being a part of a liturgical setting. And for many of them, that also means being politically active, but not in the sense of following a program of a voter guide or something like that, but rather that they become more involved in their communities, and that they become more involved in the needs that they can see in front of them, and to be able to be more immersed in a local setting of care and concern. And they want to act that out and find ways to do that. And I think that they also think that whatever your life before God is, it has to be an honest one, which for them, I think the way they express their spirituality would be very scary to a lot of conservative Christians, because their rawness of how they talk about God or their life before, during, after, what they plan to do, is just not at all trying to fit an institutionalized sense of proving to other people that they are a bona fide Christian. They're trying to avoid the stigma of being a Christian, the way in which a lot of people have come to define what it means to be a Christian, which for a lot of people is closed-minded, judgmental, hypocritical, isolationist, really ugly, and they don't want to define themselves. So they want to be a part of a spiritual life, but they want to be involved with their communities. They want to have good relationships with people regardless of the spiritual stance they happen to take. And they want to take in what's happening in the world. They don't see the world as threatening. They see the world as enriching. And the enrichment comes even with people of different faiths. And so they're more likely to be comfortable and perhaps even seek out relationships with people who are outside of the Christian faith. And I find that to be fascinating.